Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Khan's Tutorials SAT Welcome Packet. My name is Dr. Ivan Khan. I'm the CEO at Khan's Tutorial. If you're watching this welcome packet and a short video, we're here to talk to you about what your child's program at Khan's will look like for the SAT. And if you're not a Khan's SAT student yet, just some background information on the importance of the SAT and what it's looking like moving forward. So this week there was some big announcements for some upcoming changes to the SAT, and we'll definitely be able to cover that as well. So let's get started. So this packet will include all the information on your program at Khan's, both the logistics and your child's program. We'll also go through academic goals and requirements. We'll also discuss a software we use called GradeCam to make sure we can track your child's scores. Then we'll go on to discussing the dates for the 2022 SAT exam. And then we'll also cover the importance of your involvement as parents. The familial support and parental support and from the entire family can really make the difference for a child's success on the SAT. And finally, we'll discuss some practice schedules that have helped many students from Khan's score 1590s to 1550s to 1450s and above, and some fantastic scores. So after completing our program, Khan's students have historically gained acceptance to the following schools. We all know that the SAT is a big exam that we have to take during high school, most often during junior year or 11th grade. But why are the SATs even administered? It's administered so that colleges can measure the achievement level for students in the aptitude. So the aptitude level, it's usually in just one exam sitting. And even if you have kids from all these different high schools, having a strong SAT score can almost support your entire academic profile to ensure that you're going to be a good fit for that school. So so as you can see, we've had some success for students getting into Harvard, Yale, Columbia University, Barnard College, Cornell, some top popular places locally, such as Macaulay Honors College, NYU, Fordham, St. John's, Hunter, and of course, places throughout the country. In the Northeast, we have Boston College, we have University of Michigan, and these are all fantastic schools that each and every one of you should be looking at and researching in case it's a good fit for you. So let's move over to some of our hours of operation. We are available 10 to 6 Monday through Friday. And on the weekends during our active classes, we are available 10 to 6 or 10 to 4. Please, the best place to contact us for things such as new enrollments or referrals or questions on the package or accessing class will be our main line, 718-938-9451. Once again, that's the main line, 718-938-9451. However, if your questions are more specific to your child's progress, or if you have a planned absence for a vacation or a quick break, or you're looking to find out information on your monthly parent meetings, the best person to reach out to would be Faisal Mullah, our director of the program here at Khan's, and he can be reached by email at faisal.mullah@khanstutorial.com. So your child's program at Khan's will include the following. Keep in mind that all of our live digital classes have a live instructor there throughout your child's 4-hour class. We have very small group classes of just sometimes 8 or less students or 8 to 10 kids per group. We have monthly diagnostic exams. So a lot of you may be considering Khan's after a practice diagnostic exam. We oftentimes use official practice exams from previous years that are out there and readily available for usage through the College Board websites, or some material that we make in-house, or some other very well popular practice exams that students have historically used. So additionally, we have our own classwork and homework and our monthly parent-teacher conferences. And every month, we have college mentorship sessions with our managers, both at Khan's, and free college workshops for parents and students. So with one enrollment program for any of it, your child and family will get to enjoy all of the offerings here at Cons. So our curriculum consists of material, that's found on the SAT regularly. And our curriculum leaders at Cons have been with us for at least 5 to 10 years. And with our curriculum and our teaching, we've enjoyed some really, really amazing acceptances to places like Harvard, Columbia, Sophie Davis, where I went to school, which is now called CUNY Medical School, Barnard College, as well as NYU, and so many more. So let's keep in mind that during your program, you will expect your child to arrive 10 to 15 minutes early for class. You will also be expected to submit their homework before the start of class and submit their classwork every single session before class ends. We do have a policy of keeping cameras on during the classroom tutorial, and that facilitates increased participation, which can really, really go a long way in the learning process. And of course, like everything else, whether inside the classroom or just out there, we always ensure that all of our students and teachers are leading in a respectful manner in any teaching environment. During the diagnostic exams, we also have to keep in mind that every month you'll have diagnostic exams, and you'll need to increase your score by 50 to 100 points every single exam. So that will also require you to arrive 10 to 15 minutes early. It'll also require you to follow a good practice schedule and submit all the sections on time and have all the items necessary, like a pencil, paper, and calculator. And of course, if it's during class, you'll have the diagnostic review the following week. Now back to the importance of the SAT and why it's such a critical aspect of the college admissions process. The colleges will be looking at a few major things. First and foremost, your GPA with the number of AP classes you take. They're always going to be looking for a GPA that increases starting from 9th grade, all the way to 10th grade, to 11th grade, to the 12th grade. So it is important that as a student, you expose yourself to advanced placement courses, often known as APs, and that'll allow you to gain exposure to college level courses in your favorite subjects. And oftentimes, if you do well on the AP exam, you'll be able to receive credit towards that, college credit towards it, and you won't have to retake that in college for many participating schools that accept APs with certain cutoffs. The PSATs are administered every single October. It's an official administration for those that are juniors, and it's a practice administration for participating high schools that give the practice PSAT exam to their sophomore class or 10th graders, and that's usually during October of 10th grade. For the SAT, at Cons, we've had students take the SAT as early junior year, and they've scored 1,500 pluses, and we've had a lot of students who take their SATs in the middle of junior year or during junior year. Right now, there's an in-school March SAT that happens once a year. And for 2022, the in-school March SAT will be taking place on Wednesday, March 23rd. And we already have dozens of students in 3 different types of our SAT programs, all preparing diligently towards the March SAT. So just keep in mind that the SAT is one portion of your college admissions profile, and it's really going to be about piecing it all together for a chance at B spots. Let's take a look at some of the colleges that we may be looking at. Just a big reminder that when you're applying for college, you always want to have 3 groups of schools you're going to be applying to. You want to have your reach colleges, often known as dream colleges, whose cutoffs may be just where you are or just a little bit above. You want to have target colleges where your academic profile of your GPA, SAT, extracurriculars, and your AP classes and your internships, they all fit very well with other students that are being selected. So your target colleges can oftentimes have a national rank anywhere from 30 all the way to 70. And no matter where your academic profile is, the college admissions journey is a very holistic look at you as an individual, not just your academics. So there's a spot in any of these sections for any student that's working hard. As far as the safety colleges, it's critical that all students apply to at least 5 safety colleges, especially those with a history of giving strong financial aid. So safety colleges can include places where you may have the grades that are a little bit above most other students at those colleges. However, you never want to disregard those applications because it's always a critical aspect of a complete college application process. So again, they may have regional ranks in the 50s, and their GPA can vary, and their SAT cutoffs can vary. But you have CUNY, the City University of New York system, you have Syracuse University, you have Lehigh University, you have Penn State, University of Connecticut, American University in Washington, D.C., as well as SUNY, State University of New York, Binghamton, Stony Brook, and Buffalo. As you'll see, there are a lot of colleges here that are they're public, both at a state level or at a city or regional level. Additionally, there are a lot of private colleges here in the safety colleges that have traditionally given lots of financial aid, merit-based financial aid for those who are scoring well in their SATs and are willing to choose that safety college, let's say, over Boston College. So you may have your grades may get you into both Syracuse and Boston College. However, Syracuse's financial aid package may be so strong that it may be a fraction of the cost of you attending Boston College in that example. So you always want to have a good mix of safety colleges to ensure that you can attend the best school for your needs. So just keep in mind that your child will be using a software called GradeCam. It's an online platform used to submit your child's assignments. And this is also an easy way for parents to be able to log in with your student, with your child, and you can see their progress by logging into GradeCam, and you can go to the top right-hand corner and look out for previous submissions. So the assignments will have the due dates by the instructor, and then go to the recently turned in section. And you, as the parent, will be able to see all the scores for your child's submitted work. Additionally, GradeCam will also have our monthly report cards for your child's submissions. So let's get back to the SAT test dates. We have one coming up on March 12th on a Saturday. As mentioned, we have the in-school March 23rd SAT given throughout the country. In New York City, for those students residing in New York City, it's a very universal thing where almost all high schools will be giving the in-school SAT on Wednesday, March 23rd. There are also dates in May, June, late August, early October, November, and December. Keep in mind that the SAT can be 25 to 40% of your academic profile. As students, we can focus on what's in our control, and that's the GPA that we work towards that measures our merit. The SAT or the ACTs or standardized exams that can measure our aptitude, and that can be oftentimes 25 to 40% of the college decision factors. If you take a look at our upcoming syllabus, you'll see it's a great mix of rich diag content with a lot of time focused on each section to ensure that your child is not only excelling in the math section, but each component of the verbal section, whether it's the reading or the grammar topics. Breaking news this week. That from 2024, the new SAT will be in a fully digital format. Starting in 2024, it'll only be 2 hours long. And the test will still take place in testing centers. And the exam time will be decreased from 3 hours to 2 hours. Calculators will still be allowed for the entire math section. And reading passages will be shorter, which is aligned with their recent shift towards less memorization and more analysis during the SAT process. So how to succeed at home? You have to review previous classwork and homework, whether it's online or any type of environment that you're learning in. Reviewing previous classwork and homework assignments are the main way to do well, both at cons and at your school for your school exams. And follow the practice plan created by your instructor. You should be practicing approximately 10 hours every week. So that should be 1 to 2 hours every day. If you're a junior, your SATs are coming up, we recognize that you have a lot of other homework, but take a look at some sample practice schedules that we give out and we encourage students to use. Leaves enough time to complete school, have a good after-school break, complete your homework on time, hopefully take another short break for a snack or dinner, leaving you at least 1 to 2 hours of practice time every night. And again, this may feel like a lot of pressure right now. But once you get those 1450s and 1550s and maybe even 1600s, all of this hard work will be worth it. Please ensure that you attend all KT classes. And please ensure that you complete your homework every single week. We do review homework, and it's a critical component of your success at home. And even outside of our classwork and homework, in order for any student to succeed on any exam, self-practice at home can go a long way with the right books. And with that, take a look at some of the supplementary books that our students use and our teachers and leaders advise having. We've seen countless students get 1550s by completing our program and having regular practice in about 2 of these books, and we've had a lot of fantastic scores in our digital platform. So what's the SAT used for? What is a good SAT score? How can I access my child's classes? Gone through that in this packet. If you're looking for top schools, 1500s and 1550s for anything that's highly selective, whether it's the Ivy League or a top 25 nationally ranked university. And even for the tiers after that, the higher the SAT score, the more likely your merit scholarship amounts can be. Keeping in mind the cutoffs for a lot of the local places in New York, from NYU College of Arts and Sciences, to the business program, to the engineering school, to Columbia University, which is our city's Ivy League institution, to Columbia Sister College and Barnard College. Fantastic opportunity, the Macaulay Honors Program for countless families. At Cornell and Ithaca, Fordham University, right in the heart of New York City, as well as Stony Brook, the engineering school, Grove Engineering School at City College, and St. John's 6-year pharmacy program. So no matter where your college goals lie, whether it's within New York or outside, we all recognize how much the SAT has to do with that. So let's get started. Best wishes. We can't wait to hear from you after those fantastic scores. Thank you and have a great day.